All products and styles mentioned in this video are based on personal testing and real-life wear. All thoughts and opinions are real and that of my own experience shared with a creative twist. Welcome to A Hair Story.
You guys,
I won't let her get away with it this time.
Lifter specifically, it is a total game changer, but you also really need to pair it with this mousse and
This isn't hair care, this is hoarding.
You have to have it.
Officer Jesse, we've got enough. Let's go. To go. You know where to find them, so I really just love them so much. What is going on?
Beauty, you're under arrest for being a product pusher, leading to the mass confusion of innocent hair everywhere. Anything you say can and will be twisted for entertainment purposes.
Did Santa Kate send you? What's going on?
You really thought you could slip by without raising any red flags, didn't you, Miss Beauty? We've caught you red-handed, though. Brood lifters, smoothing lotions, texture sprays. You really thought you could get away with pushing all these unnecessary products onto innocent viewers? I'm sorry, what? It looks like you pressure viewers into products they don't need for optimum hair health. Yeah, I may have a slight obsession with products. I've spent the last 17 years as a stylist testing and trying out the best. I didn't know that having a love for hair products was a crime. I would never recommend one I don't enjoy and use myself. You're looking at this wrong, detective. What I'm doing is looking out for your viewers. What they need is healthy hair, not suggesting they host a small Sephora in their bathroom. You better start talking about the real products and steps needed to get healthy hair. Otherwise, prison hair doesn't seem like something you do well with. Well, it's not as simple as you may think. What products you truly need depends on your hair type and its current drama. Like, do you have fine or coarse hair? Is it fried or just overall dry? How is the average viewer supposed to crack that code? Shouldn't you be the one helping to answer that question? How kind of you to ask. I'm the perfect person to answer that question. Shall we get started? First, one needs to understand their hair texture. All you need to do is pluck a single strand from the back of the head. This is where the most amount of hair hangs out, so one doesn't have to worry about losing too much. Now, compare it to a piece of sewing thread. If the hair strand is drastically thinner than the thread, they've got fine hair. If they're identical twins, their hair is coarse. And if it's somewhere in between, it's medium texture. And why should people care about their hair type? To hoard more products like we've seen in your questionable surveillance footage? No, detective, not to hoard. In fact, it's to avoid that. Knowing their hair type allows them to pick the perfect products that suit their hair, which ultimately leads to better product efficiency and better hair. So for fine hair, they want lightweight products that won't weigh it down, and coarse hair, they're gonna need something a little heavier to keep it happy. Okay, so inflict minor pain by plucking a hair to determine hair type. That makes sense for the basis of choosing products. But in our investigation, we've read several comments from viewers, of course, expressing concern about their hair damage, like, my hair feels dry. I've actually really started to notice that it's thinning. They don't know where the damage is coming from. I could go on, Miss Beauty. How do you respond to that? This usually happens in the case of having hair that's either dry or fried. Dry hair often comes with age. As we get older, our natural scalp oils decrease, which can leave our hair dry and brittle. Wavy or curly hair, it's even more prone to dryness because those oils don't spread as easily. It's like trying to walk down a spiral staircase over a straight one. It takes longer to get from the top down to the bottom. What makes fried hair different? How does someone know if they fall into that category? Fried hair is the unfortunate aftermath of too many chemical services like perms and bleaching. Combine that with excessive heat styling and using the hottest temps without using a heat protectant, you're giving your hair an open invitation to breakage. And sadly, breakage leads to the hair becoming and feeling more thin. And from personal experience, no woman wants to feel that. No, Miss Beauty, they don't. But you know what else they don't want? Being led astray with product suggestions that don't heal their hair. You know what this says about you? That I misunderstood? That you're guilty. You've given your viewers damaged hair from all your product suggestions. Detective, that is not the issue. The issue isn't the products, it's the overuse of them. One would have to drown their hair in hairspray before it could lead to dryness or breakage. And I've got plenty of videos that explain the correct way to use suggested products. What I can share with you to prove my innocence is the products that actually will help to heal dry or fried hair. All right, I'm intrigued. I want to hear the product one needs though, and to make things more interesting, I'm gonna need good drugstore alternatives as well. Not everyone wants to spend their whole paycheck on your fancy pro options.
Challenge accepted. I've always found success with my pro suggestions, but I've also spent countless hours researching online, comparing ingredients and testing all the products so my viewers won't have to, and I'm quite confident in the drugstore gems I've found.
As a reminder, Miss Beauty, this is the product one needs, not how many you can suggest to create a battalion of beauty bottles.
Sure, I do love my hordes of products, but in reality, you need less than 5 to achieve healthy hair. The rest are just for fun. First things first, it all starts with an in-shower treatment that's gonna work its way deep into your hair to repair or treat your hair's specific needs. This is where knowing your hair type and realizing if your hair is dry or fried comes into play. If someone has fine hair that feels like a desert, they want to use a hydrating mask that's going to infuse moisture into their strands without weighing it down. When fine hair gets too flat, it feels greasy faster, and we all know what that means. More washing, more heat, more damage.
Can you name any products for the record?
Olaplex No is a great luxury go-to for weightless hydration and repair. You apply this post-shampoo by squeezing excess water out of your hair and then apply, starting at the ends and working your way up. Shoulder length or longer hair will need 2 pumps, shorter lengths just 1. Let it sit 10 minutes and then rinse. This is to be used in place of your standard conditioner during your treatment cycle. For a more affordable option, in my research, I found Kristin's Strand Strengthening Mask to be a great choice. Like Olaplex, it's designed to provide intense hydration while still providing some aspects of repair to strengthen the hair. It's applied the same way, and like Olaplex, it spreads quite well. It rinses out well, and it gives a similar feeling to the hair. The only thing I don't care for is the smell, but otherwise it's not bad.
And what about coarse hair, those blessed with a lion's mane?
I find Redken's acidic 5-minute mask a great option. It contains more intensive moisturizing agents that provide long-lasting hydration over the original concentration mask that they first came out with. L'Oreal's Elvive Total Repair Balm, it's a close second, which makes sense as L'Oreal owns Redken, so they share similar conditioning agents to target dry hair.
And how do you know that these work? You don't have coarse hair yourself, so what makes your word good?
I've been known to have a stockpile of mannequin heads which have quite and rough dry hair. Doing a side-by-side comparison test, I could visibly see that the hair looked much more hydrated, and also both products made the hair feel instantly better.
So we've got dry hair covered, but what about fried hair? Does one really need a separate product over the ones you listed for dry hair?
I feel they do. And before you accuse me of just trying to push more products, there's a reason. The products mentioned for dry hair have some repair aspects, but their main purpose is to hydrate, which is different from repairing.
And how's that?
This would be like only drinking water with electrolytes after an intense workout. Your body needs a protein-enriched meal to start healing your muscles, not just water alone. My favorite product for this, regardless of hair type, is K18. It works like no other product I've used, and it can be applied in the shower, similar to the mask mentioned previously, or applied as a leave-in post-shower treatment. It only needs to sit on the hair a total of 4 minutes to do its job, so it's also convenient time-wise.
And what makes it so special?
To keep things simple, K18 essentially infiltrates your damaged hair, like you gathering all your information for this investigation, connecting all the dots, putting all the information together you need to lock me up. Except unlike your BS investigation, K18 actually works on a molecular level, going inside your hair strands to repair them from the inside out.
I'm choosing to ignore your insult. Is there a good drugstore option for this beloved product of yours?
To be honest, nothing in my research led me to finding a drugstore option that offers the same quality of ingredients. The next best option would be using Redken's acidic bonding concentrate. It's technically not drugstore, but it costs substantially less and it will help to heal your hair. Investing in either of these hair products is going to make a difference in your hair when used as directed. The most important thing to know with K18 is that you need very little product.
So you're saying a little goes a long way with this K18?
Yes. Overusing it will make your hair feel dry, not because the product is bad, but because of how concentrated the formula is. It'd be like drinking 5 cups of coffee at one time. Caffeine's great and all, but it's better to spread it out in one sitting. Most people only need 1 to 1.5 pumps. Extremely long hair or super thick hair is gonna need a max of 3.
I've certainly had my fair share of too much caffeine, so I'll take your word on the amount of product used. Seems like it's a product choice that will last a while. I'll let it pass on the drugstore option this time, but you better be wrapping up your product suggestions if you're asking people to spend $75 or $33 on one product.
We're almost done, I promise. I want to get out of here more than you think. I only have 2 suggestions left, and they're quite simple. Everyone needs to be using a leave-in conditioner. It's the best product to use post-shower treatment to sort of lock in all the nourishment you just put in your hair. It's one of those products that seems easy to overlook, but skipping this would be like not watering your plants. Before you know it, they're wilting away to nothing.
Been there, done that.
Haven't we all? For fine hair types, I'm really in awe with Ouai's, which combats frizz, detangles while conditioning, and it provides heat protection. Talk about multitasking. Coarse hair types want something a bit more intense, and I've always enjoyed Pureology's Color Fanatic, and like Ouai, it provides great benefits. You apply these both the same way, lifting your hair and spraying in sections to get even coverage. This prevents the product from gathering only on your top layer and allows your hair to get the most out of the product. My favorite drugstore option for fine hair is one that's been suggested to me from viewers in a previous video, which is Not Your Mother's All Eyes on Me. It shares similar ingredients as Ouai, maybe not quite as hydrating, but for those with fine hair, they may find it's more lightweight, which is always a plus. Coarse hair, I've recently discovered Garnier Fructis, their whole blends. It's a solid product offering loads of benefits at affordable price. It's just too heavy for fine hair, but it works wonders on coarse hair.
All right, going through my notes, it seems that what one needs to get healthy hair is to understand hair type and texture, identify their damage, and then build a hair care routine based on the so far 2 products you've listed. What's your final suggestion?
My third and final product choice comes back to assessing damage. If you have dry or fried hair, you'll want to use either an oil or a heat protectant.
You would make this difficult, wouldn't you? Why would one need one over the other? And why not both?
Well, if one finds they have dry hair, they're going to need a product that adds just the extra touch of hydration and moisture, especially to their ends as part of their product routine. It's like the cherry on top of a sweet dessert. Just like dry skin needs a lotion on top of a moisturizing body wash, dry hair needs an oil that's gonna work as a lotion, so to speak.
And for my those with fried hair?
Yeah. Those with fried hair, I think, are better off getting a separate dedicated heat protectant. The leave-ins I mentioned have heat protection, but it's better to give your hair an extra insurance policy, if you will, to fight further against heat exposure. It's tough to lay off the heat at all times, and a dedicated heat protectant is going to be more important for fried hair types over the hydration and oil provides.
You've got me intrigued with your unique outlook on things. What are your product suggestions then?
My favorite oil for dry hair is Pravana's Hydra oil. This is extremely lightweight, making it the perfect option for fine hair. It's got a vitamin complex, meaning it's going to add shine on top of hydration, and it also helps to fight against frizz, so it's a solid choice. Researching, I discovered Aussie's Miracle Intense Hydration for another alternative. This has similar ingredients and with the addition of natural oils, but because of those natural oils, I find that it might be slightly heavier than Pravana, so my fine-haired ladies need to use less product than they think. Spread this through your hands first and then apply to the hair, focusing on the ends. My lion's mane ladies, Moroccan Oil Treatment, it's probably my favorite choice. It leads to a sticker shock like K18, but a little goes a long way. For a more affordable option, OGX really does offer a good alternative to Moroccan Oil. It feels quite similar in the hands, maybe more watery, but like Kristin S, I'm not a fan of the smell. They're both applied by working the product into your hands first and then spreading onto the hair with focus at the ends, and work the product through your midsection with minimal product place at your root area.
What do you recommend for fried types?
For my fried haired ladies, both fine, medium, coarse hair types, I love Moroccan Oil's Perfect Defense. I've always suggested this product on my channel. It's an aerosol spray, meaning that it gives enough coverage to coat the hair without soaking it, which is ideal when spraying onto the hair before using a flat or curling iron. A lot of people think that you need to douse the hair for more protection, but it just adds to product feel that you don't want. It's a less is more type thing, if you will, and you can use it in wet hair as well. I was also excited to try and test Heritage's Heat Protectant Spray. Like Moroccan Oil, it's aerosol, so it's nice and light and it's not going to soak the hair, and both of these protect up to 450
Is
degrees.
a heat protectant like this really needed? Seems like a leave-in conditioner would work well enough.
Sure, leave-in conditioners offer heat protection, but you need all bases covered when trying to repair fried hair. It's tough to always lay off the heat when in the state, so a dedicated heat protectant allows you to still style, curl, or flat iron your hair when needed without having to worry about adding more damage. Pair your heat protectant with a lower heat temp on your hot tools along with the right products, and you're good to go.
And this should be used every time one needs to restyle their hair?
every time onto each section prior to placing your iron or blow dry onto your hair. Detective, are you sure you didn't just drag me in here so you could get one-on-one tips?
No, of course not. This was all to make sure that you're not steering your viewers wrong. It seems that after hearing you out and seeing our intel, it does appear assessing your hair type, category of damage, and picking these 3 products, one's hair really will start to be on its way back to optimum health. As much as it pains me to say it again, you're free to go, Miss Beauty.
I knew I wouldn't be here long. I'm always happy to prove my innocence.
Just know we're watching you, Miss Beauty, and should we find anything suspicious in the future, I'll have Officer Jesse bring you back in here faster than you can say.
Here's how to save even more money with the salon-style blow dry you can do on your own at home. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.